Title: The Spirit That Feared Marriage. The sun barely rose over the quiet town of Zaria, and already the echoes of shouting filled the small house of Aisha's childhood. "Why can't you ever listen, Ahmed?" her father's voice roared. "And you never stop nagging, Fatima." Her mother's voice shot back like a whip. Aisha, just 7 years old, hugged her knees, hiding in the corner of her bedroom. She had long learned that love in her home was chaotic, loud, and unpredictable. Every day she prayed for peace, but it never came. "I will never let my life be like this," young Aisha whispered to herself, eyes wide with both fear and determination. Her teenage years brought no relief. Her friends talked about crushes, first loves, and dreams of marriage, but inside, Aisha felt a dark whisper, a shadow she could not name. "You will never marry into a good home. You come from a broken home. You are cursed." At first she ignored it, but every failed relationship seemed to echo that same dark prophecy. The shadow of failed relationships. In her 20s, Aisha tried to open her heart. There was Musa, a kind man from her church who promised forever. For months, everything seemed perfect, until she discovered he had been hiding debts and lies. "I trusted you, Musa. How could you?" Aisha cried, tears streaking her face. I didn't know how to tell you," he muttered, guilt-ridden. But it wasn't enough to heal her heart. She dated a few more men after that. There was Amika, handsome and charming, but he vanished after a year, leaving her with heartbreak and unanswered questions. Then came another, this one a scammer, who used her kindness, almost taking her life savings. Every experience confirmed the voice that haunted her. "You will never have a good home." By her 40s, Aisha was scarred, cautious, and weary. Friends had married, settled, and had children, while she stayed alone. At 45, she still feared love, not because she didn't want it, but because a part of her believed she was forbidden from happiness. A turning point, taking charge. One night, as Aisha prayed, tears flowing freely, she spoke aloud, "Lord, I am tired of waiting. I am tired of fear. I refuse to let this shadow dictate my life. I will rule my own destiny no matter what." Something changed that night. She felt a warmth, a gentle hand over her heart. The whisper of fear tried to rise, but it was faint, powerless. Aisha began to make changes. She focused on herself, her career, her health, and her mind. She studied, traveled, laughed, and learned to love herself. She no longer chased love. Instead, she became a woman of purpose, of power, of confidence. And the universe, or perhaps the Lord, noticed. At 47, she met Daniel. Unlike others, Daniel did not rush her, did not deceive her, and did not bring chaos into her life. He was patient, understanding, and kind. Their first conversation lasted hours. "Why are you so careful?" Daniel asked gently. "Because I've been through storms," Aisha replied, her voice soft but steady. "And you survived them." "Yes, but barely," she admitted, smiling faintly. It took months for them to truly fall in love, and by the time Aisha said yes, she felt powerful, confident, and ready. She was no longer afraid. She was prepared. At 48, Aisha gave birth to her first child, a boy she named Samuel. 2 years later, she had twins, a boy and a girl. Holding them in her arms, she whispered, "I have broken the cycle. This home will be filled with love, not fear." Her children grew up in laughter, in faith, in peace. No more shouting, no more darkness, no more curses. The spirit that haunted her had no power here. It had been silenced by her courage and her faith. Now at 50, Aisha often looks back on her life and smiles. She remembers the pain, the fear, the failed relationships, but they no longer hold her. She is living proof that taking charge, speaking life over your destiny, and trusting in God can rewrite any story. Every morning she prays with gratitude. "Thank you, Lord, for teaching me patience, for showing me strength, for silencing the voices of fear. My home is blessed, my children are blessed, and my heart is full of joy. I am victorious. Her story spreads quietly among friends and family, an inspiration. Aisha, the girl who once feared marriage, had become Aisha, the woman who ruled her destiny and walked in divine favor. In her home, laughter echoes. Daniel smiles at her over breakfast. Samuel and the twins play on the floor. Aisha closes her eyes, lifts her hands, and whispers, "This is my praise. This is my triumph. I will forever testify that when you take charge of your life, when you refuse fear, and when you trust in the Lord, miracles happen." And so, the spirit of doubt, the curse of a broken home, the scars of failed relationships, they all fade into the past. And so the spirit of doubt, the curse of a broken home, the scars of failed relationships, they all fade into the past. Aisha's home shines with love, faith, and victory. She has truly ruled her life. Courage over fear, faith over doubt, and the power of taking control of your destiny.